Right, welcome back to Business AM. We apologize for that tiny long break. You know what they say, you have no control over what goes online, but we are back. All right, let's get into what we are supposed to talk about this morning. Now, COVID-19 has caused a disruption within our economy. Now, we've lost jobs, we've gone through salary cuts, and even hope of a better tomorrow. But how do we restore hope, and where there is none? All right, and how do we recreate to make a better living, and especially amongst the youth? Today, I'm joined by Joshua Munialo, Director Opportunity Access for Young Africans. All right, now Joshua, good morning, sir. Can you get me?
Thank you for having me. Opportunity Access for Young Africans is organizations that identifies opportunities and business development and links these opportunities to young people who qualify for them.
Pretty much. All right. Now, I think any person is going to ask you is, where are these opportunities during this COVID-19 pandemic? I mean, that is going to be the stress if you look around and see exactly the way youth are losing their jobs, they're going through salary cuts, and just about how the economy is depressed.
Yeah, so there has really depressed there are less opportunities as compared to just before COVID. Currently, we have the public provided opportunities such as Kazimtan. We have Zira Digital. Again, it's also a platform where young people can sign up and access opportunities, job opportunities. During this time, again, we also have training opportunities. We have, also young people can get to get new knowledge. It's also an opportunity. Just sit back and study opportunities that have been there and which might come even at this time of COVID. For instance, we have government internships. Yeah, it's a good time for young people who are in school, who are about to graduate, to find out on what government internship is all about. For those maybe who have completed high school, just to find out about NYS, opportunities such as Uwezo Fund. I mean, it's a good time for young people now to start researching on that as well, because they're sitting at home. If they have bundles on their phones, they can start researching on that. Youth end up, I mean, those are some of the things that youth can engage in right now.
So, I mean, from where you're sitting this morning, Joshua, I want to get your perspective. Is it possible for a youth who's lost their job now, who's gone through a salary cut, or who's been declared redundant? Also reading reports this morning of how 600 farms in the country have sent people home because of redundancy claims. What would you advise them to begin from? Talk to that youth who's lost their job.
Yeah, so I really understand going through. Personally, I've been affected in a way. I was in school, I was doing my postgraduate, and now I'm at home. I don't know when the COVID thing was going to end. I know I also have friends who've lost jobs, who've had pay cuts, and as an organization as well, we had our plans for this year, and we had engaged with partners, and we're planning to have trainings, and we've been asked now. We've been forced to sit down and just wait until this thing gets over. So for a young person sitting at home right now, do not lose hope. That's number one. That's very important. This condition is not just affecting you; it's affecting most Kenyans, and it's a global effect. So, as I mentioned, these are time to sit down and strategize and look for opportunities that might come up later. I know this thing is going to pass. So keep researching, be online, look at those platforms I've talked about. I know I've checked at Ajira Digital, for instance, which is a government online program where you just log in, you register yourself. There's a 2 days training. Then after that, you'll be able to access thousands of online jobs. So that could be a very good beginning point for most young people. As I mentioned, also we have Kazi Mtaani. And I want to tell youth right now, don't look at, let's lose this attitude of looking for white-collar jobs. Right now, we are in survival mode. Even businesses, they're just in survival mode. So long as you can pay your bills and you can, a day can go, then we hope that tomorrow or in a few months' time, the economy will be able to go back. So explore Kazi Mtaani for young people and see what you can get from there as well.
Interesting how you're looking at it from that perspective, that everybody is in survival mode. So talk to me about what you're trying to do as opportunity access for young Africans. What are you trying to do now so that you elevate the youth that are now trying just to get by the day and survive to see tomorrow?
So what we are doing currently is what we've always done, and it's always been our goal, is to identify these opportunities. For instance, Kazi Mtaani, most young people, and one of the reasons why most young people are not getting these opportunities is because of lack of information. So for us is to get this information and go to these young people in their groups, okay, and share the information and tell them, if, for instance, if you're at Kazi Mtaani, you need to go and see your chief. Then that's the starting point. See your chief, then from there you'll be advised on what to do. At Jira Digital, we are telling them that go on this platform, log in, look for bundles, log into the website and try to what these opportunities that are there available. So for us, we are still looking for opportunities, although, as I said, they are now very minimal, but we are looking for them, and we are connecting them to young people. I was actually surprised that to help out some young people, I called a chief, and the chief was not even aware that, and yet, that telling young people that they need to go to and get information. And the chief was telling us that, he doesn't have a circular from the government. So there's lack of communication, both from the beneficiaries and even those who are supposed to facilitate the program. And that's where we come in as opportunities access Africans.
Interesting how you should mention about how the government's process is a bit winding and complicated, especially this time when we're even talking about the Ajira and the Kazi Mtaani program. What have you done from your end? Because that looks like the only way out now. What have you done from your end to make it easy for the youth that are targeting these government platforms?
What we are doing right now, because of the ban on public gatherings, it's not easy to assemble these young people together and maybe take them through a training on the same. So through our online, social media and say WhatsApp, we are able to send this information directly to youth groups, to groups of youth where we know, and we know very well that youth are very active online. So we have banners with information, infographics on how to go about this information, how to go about this. So as is just opportunity, understand how to go about it, and use the simplest method possible to explain to the young people. Where possible, we can even get forms and help them fill and take those forms and return those forms back to where they are required. So that's how we come in. Because most people will tell you such opportunities are already, who, and they have that mentality. But for such opportunities, you also have to try. You can't get anything if you don't try. So as we are coming in there to handle the bureaucracy, sort of, because that's what most young people fear. So we handle the bureaucracy, we understand the problem and the opportunity, then we communicate to the young people and help them through. If it's applications, we get the forms, we get to them, they fill, we take them through the filling process. If they require, say, a stamp from the chief or from a pastor or a imam. We help them get there and take these forms to the required place for onward processing.
Pretty much. Therefore, there's somebody who's listening to this morning and wondering, wow, that is a very good area for me to begin. But do I have to be a member for the opportunity access for young Africans for me to benefit whatever it is that Joshua is talking about this morning?
No, not really, not at all. We are open. Right now we're operating through our online platform. That's Facebook and Twitter, but mostly Facebook. So young people out there can get to our page, Opportunity Access for Young Africans. Then you'll get the information on what we are doing and the opportunities that are available currently and how to go about them. So as I mentioned, because of the ban on public gathering, so the platform that we have right now is online, and that's what we're using.
Pretty much. Now, talk to me about what you think the outlook for youth opportunity is going to be by the end of the year. And when do you expect that this situation that we're talking about here, Joshua, this morning, about opportunities is going to correct? There's a lot of optimism from different quarters of the economy that, yes, we're going to see a rebound before the end of the year. Do you share the same optimism? And if so, from what point are you looking at it from?
Yeah, so like most citizens of this country, we're expecting that towards the end of the year, the economy is going to open. Young people are, we've seen most of them are graduating actually online. So we have so many people getting into the job market, and of course the competition is there. The jobs are limited, as you mentioned earlier in your introduction. There are so many firms that have cut down on, but young people should not despair. Okay, COVID gives us also an opportunity for us to reinvent ourselves, to be innovative, and understand the young people that have taken this as an opportunity to even come up with new products. For instance, you remember the two young people in Kiambu, or is it Githurai, who came up with bed, yeah? I mean, probably they're not doing that. That's not what they're doing at that time. But now, because of COVID and the need that is there, they're able to provide a commodity or a solution to the current problem. So young people should start looking in that direction. Okay, what are the problems that are currently there, and what are the solutions that they can provide?
Pretty much. Now, talk to me therefore about the vision that you have for opportunity access for young Africans. How you positioning yourself right now in the economy, and when it comes to helping the young Kenyans pretty much elevate themselves economically?
Yeah, so our vision as opportunity access for young Africans is, as I mentioned and as I've already mentioned, that is to identify opportunities and link them to young people, and also help them with the process while we're trying to access these opportunities. So I know in this country, young people are a pillar that cannot be left out when it comes to economic and social development. And the impact that we want to have on young people is to make sure that we reduce the dependence of young people on their parents, on the politicians, and we help them be able to find something that they can do for themselves and build themselves up. So dependence is number one, and if we reduce dependence, then we also cutting down on poverty levels and joblessness. Yeah. That said, we also expect that the government will do its part, especially on fighting corruption. They need to really strengthen in their efforts to fight corruption, because as you may already have heard, even in this Cousin Tani program, that you have to know someone, or you have to, there are issues of bribery, there are issues of canvassing, of nepotism, issues of lack of information, that information someone is holding information so that only a few people can benefit. So as on our part, as we try to link these young people to these opportunities, we hope that the government will also make it easier for the young people to access these opportunities, regardless of where they come from or who they know in the government.
Pretty much. Joshua, thank you very much for joining us this morning for this conversation.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, that was the Director Opportunity Access for Young Africans, Joshua Munialo, on the opportunities that are available now among the youth in Africa. I will say that. All right, we take a short break. Once we come back, let's talk about intellectual property and how we can play a great role in your business this morning.